What is going on, guys? Joe Gonzalez back again with another video, and today I have a very important topic, and that is the truth about real estate wholesaling. I'm going to share with you guys exactly what it takes in order to make it in this industry. If you are brand new to wholesaling, brand new to real estate, this is the video that you must watch to understand what it takes to make it in this industry. In the past 4 years that I've been doing this, I've seen people just quit left and right because they didn't truly understand what they were getting themselves into until it was too late. Most people, they just jump blindly thinking it's easy money, and that's just not the case. And in this video, I'm gonna cover what skills it takes to be successful in wholesaling. So with that being said, this and much more coming right up. And guys, take 2 seconds right now to hit that subscribe button. This way you are growing every single week. All right, with that being out the way, let's go ahead and get started. I hear this very often. Wholesaling requires no money. No money needed, no credit. Although you need no credit, that is true. The no money part is actually a lie. It drives me crazy when I hear people talk about real estate wholesaling not requiring any money. Let's go ahead and think about this, and I'm gonna explain exactly how this works. The pitch is that you don't need any money except, okay, maybe earnest money. If it was literally raining leads, leads are expensive. Leads cost a lot of money. So what do? You're gonna have to literally substitute the lack of funds in hustle. This is one of the only businesses where you can substitute lack of funds with hustle. I'm talking about knocking on doors. I'm talking about cold calling, putting out bandit signs, and a lot of them. And this is where the majority of people have a realization, and they're like, okay, this might not be for me. I'm a corporate individual, for God's sake. Why would I go ahead and put out bandit signs? People are just not willing to hustle whenever they don't want to invest money into marketing. They get painted this image that it's just gonna be easy. It's gonna be raining leads on them, and they're just gonna close deals and make a bunch of money, and that's it. Well, guess what? You were sold a lie. Whenever I got started, I was grinding, putting out bandit signs, doing cold calling. I was knocking on doors, you name it, and I was doing it. I'm a go-getter. I don't take no for an answer. I believe that life is just way too short to do nothing with it. Be honest with yourself. If your hunger is not at a 10, even if you're at a 7, this is not gonna work out. You have to be at a 10. 10, if not 11, freaking 100. You have to remember that this is a business. Wholesaling is a business. You are going to hustle like no other. All right, so let's talk about probably my favorite truth and my favorite aspect of the business. You need sales skills in order to thrive in wholesaling. This business is a sales game. There's no way around that. Now, a question I get a lot is, okay, Joe, well, we're not selling anything. If we're not selling a product, how's it sells? And honestly, I understand the question. However, this is what I want you to realize. Sales is not about selling just a product. You can sell an idea, you can sell a product, you can sell anything. In this case, you are selling yourself. You are selling the idea that you are the best person to purchase this property. That is a sell, my friend. The reality is, if you come from a sales background, you have a better chance at making it in this business than someone who's coming from, let's say, customer service, let's say they were an engineer, you name it. The salesperson does have the advantage. With that being said, there's always exceptions. If you just have aptitude for persuasion, let's say you always were able to convince your parents to do whatever you want, but ended up doing something else with your life. You didn't have to persuade, you didn't have to do sales. You might still have that natural ability to be very persuasive, and that might work in your favor. But the majority of people I have found, they have to be able to develop their persuasive skills in order to make it in this industry. So the reality is, that's a longer learning curve. If you have someone who's coming from a sales background, and then you have someone who's not coming from a sales background, that person has one more hurdle to get over, and it's a pretty big hurdle. Can it be done? Yes, but it's gonna take the right individual with the right ambition, with the right persistence to be able to do it. And anybody in sales is gonna be the first to tell you that rejection is just something that's part of the business. I always talk about rejection because wholesaling and rejection are freaking married. This literally tears people apart. When they first start getting rejected, I've seen people with just huge smiles little by little lose that smile, lose that spark, lose that motivation simply because they don't want to live a life filled with rejection. What they don't understand is that every single no is leading you to a yes. So if you already have the foundation of sales, you are at an advantage. If you don't get discouraged, but understand that you're gonna have to really work to develop your sales skills in order to be able to lock up deals consistently. All right, guys, let's talk about point number 3. This business is one where you're gonna have to learn to be self-motivated. Your motivation is not something that you can ever delegate to somebody else. That is something that you are responsible for the rest of your life. Unless Tony Robbins is your freaking brother and he's there to motivate you every single day, you cannot depend on anybody else to motivate you. That is your job. Seasoned wholesalers, and not even wholesalers, put that aside for a second. Seasoned entrepreneurs, successful entrepreneurs understand that everything in life is seasonal. If you are going through a rough patch, that is a season, that is winter. Real estate in general is just a roller coaster. Keep in mind, you might lock up a deal and then it might fall out of escrow. You might have a seller who disappears. You might have a buyer who wants to get out of a deal. So if you're not self-motivated, you're always gonna need somebody to come and lift you back up. You're not gonna last. So it's your job to always motivate yourself. So if you're someone that relies on other people for motivation, stop it. If you're able to change it, then great. You might still have a shot at being a successful wholesaler. If you're not that person and it's difficult for you to be self-motivated, I would highly think about the decision of getting into this business. I promise I tell the truth today. All right, guys, let's talk about the 4th point, and this is a very important one. You will make a lot of sacrifices in order to be successful in this business. Starting off, I had to literally give up my social life. I no longer had friends. I think the sellers were my friends. I'm just kidding. I became a student to real estate wholesaling. To this day, I'm still a student. I never think I know everything, okay? So the sacrifice that you're gonna have to make is you have to realize you're always gonna be a student and your business comes first because your family comes first. If your business is not successful, what is gonna happen to you, to your family, to your dreams? It's pretty big. This is bigger than yourself. You have to make sure that your business succeeds at all costs. Back in 2017, you could have caught me listening to 6 podcasts a day. I was reading a book a week, watching every YouTube video that I could get my hands on. I was dedicating my entire existence to real estate wholesaling. Remember, wholesaling, not any other type of real estate investing, wholesaling. And why is it that you have to be so focused? Why is it that you have to make so many sacrifices? Because you have to be specialized in a lot of different areas of real estate. So let's talk about that. Sales, negotiations, marketing, transaction coordinating, real estate terminology, self-motivation, discipline, consistency, time management. There are so many things that you have to specialize in that you're gonna take a lot of time to study. You're gonna have to say no to friends. You're gonna have to say no to people that literally are trying to take your time. You're gonna have to learn to say no. With every no comes a yes. No is such a beautiful word because every no has a yes. So if I was saying no to someone who was inviting me out to have drinks, I was actually saying yes to my future. I was saying yes to succeeding in life. I learned to fall in love with the word no. I make sacrifices. On the flip side, every time you say yes to something, you're saying no to something else. So if you're saying yes to things that waste your time, you're saying no to your future, to your business, to you succeeding, to you reaching your goal and your full potential. Learn to say no, learn to make sacrifices. You come first. Being successful is a choice you make now. It's not something that you leave until later on in life because it won't happen. Choose to say no, choose to say yes to you. 5th and final point, if you're always busy, you will be broke. So what do I mean? If you're coming from corporate America, you're always busy, and there's a good reason for that. You are used to just riding out the clock. If you are busy doing nothing, you're still getting paid. So you get accustomed to simply staying busy. In real estate, it's completely different. You have to focus on being efficient. You have to make the best use of your time. How do you do this? By focusing on money-making activities. That is the only way that you can actually make a living off of doing this. What is the best use of your time? These are things such as sales, which is the #1 thing you can be doing. Along with sales goes negotiations, and of course there's marketing. However, you don't want to take too much time doing the tedious stuff when it comes down to marketing. I've seen people literally try to perfect a list and it takes them weeks. Don't waste too much time trying to make sure the marketing is 150% correct. Make sure that you have a good list and then get it out as soon as possible. And let me give you a few more examples of what being busy looks like in wholesaling. Pretend that you're on the phone with a seller and this person is just talking non-stop. And then you feel like you're doing something because you're on the phone with a homeowner. But the reality is this person already told you that they're not selling at a discount. You stay on the phone with them because you feel productive, but it's not efficient. This person already told you they don't want to sell. Your job is to say your goodbyes and then keep prospecting until you find the right seller. So that is a great example of being busy and not being efficient. Some people run comps for like an hour. I'm not even exaggerating. And I don't understand why they do this. Actually, I do. It's because they feel like they're being busy. They feel like they're being productive. They feel like this is what work means. No. Work is being efficient. I will say it a million times, being efficient. No one is gonna pay you hourly. So you wanna run your comps as soon as possible. Educate yourself on how to do your numbers, run comps in, out, and be able to make an offer. But if you're over analyzing things, you're wasting a lot of time. You want to make the best use of your time, and that is sales, negotiations, and whenever you're marketing. So to summarize that point, remember the truth is you have to be efficient, not busy, in order to make a killing in this business. And that is it, guys. If you got some value, don't forget to subscribe. Take 2 seconds and invest in yourself. Don't forget Instagram @EquityBoss. I post stuff related to wholesale there all the time, and I want to make sure I connect with you guys. If you have any questions, I will always answer. Thank you for watching. More videos to come. Stay focused, stay hungry.